Hi everyone, it is time for today's maths. Yesterday's a little bit tricky, but we are carrying on with some more dividing a two-digit number by a one-digit number. I've said it a couple of times now. Every time you do something for the first time, it's a little bit tricky, but we're going to spend a little bit more time on it. Hopefully today's will all make sense and we can all have a go. I've still received loads of maths work from you all over the weekend and yesterday, so that's brilliant. Keep working hard on your power maths. Now, there is no flashbacks today. I thought I'd leave them today, probably back on tomorrow. But we've got a starter problem to have a go at, and it is to do with comparing some statements. We were doing this the other week. We were thinking about less than, greater than, or equal to, and you've got some divisions now. So on each side of the circle, you've got a calculation. What you need to do is work out both sides and then decide which symbol you're going to put in the middle. So you're going to put a less than, a greater than, or an equal to symbol in the middle. So first of all, I'll read through them for you, and then you can pause the video and have a go. So we've got 48 divided by 4 and 36 divided by 3. So you have to work both of those out. 52 divided by 4 and 42 divided by 3. And then you've got 60 divided by 3 and 60 divided by 4. The only one that I think you might be able to guess which symbol to put in before you do any working out is the third one. The others I think you have to do some working out for. I want you to do working out for all of them. Okay, so have a go at those. Try working them out. And I will come back in a second and tell you the answers. All right, so I'll go through them. We've got 48 divided by 4, that's 12. And then we've got 36 divided by 3, which is 12. So you should have put an equal sign in the middle of that one to compare the statements. The next one, we have got 52 divided by 4, which is 13. And then we've got 42 divided by 3, which is, I'm trying to remember, 42 divided by 3, which is 14. So you should have put 52 divided by 4 is less than 42 divided by 3. That's what you should put. Confusing myself. The last one. The reason why I think you should be able to guess this one straight away, which symbol anyway, is because it's the same number. It's 60 on both sides. 60 divided by 3, 60 divided by 4. So if you divide something by 4, that means that side's going to be less. So what you should have done is 60 divided by 3, which is 20. And you should be saying that that is greater than 60 divided by 4, which is 15. There you go. That's how you work those out. Well done if you got all those right. Let's move on to the next bit. Okay, so some power math stuff now. We're still doing dividing a two-digit number by a one-digit number. And today we're on the playground. Brilliant. It's been a long time since I was on the playground. I'm going to go through 1A, and then I'll tell you the answer for that. And then I'll come back and do 1B as well. So 1A, how do you know that the children cannot form two equal lines? Okay, it's a bit like you lot on the playground who can't stand in a straight line. No, this time they're saying, why can't they form two equal lines? All right. Bit of a clue. You have to count how many children there are. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have a go. So how do you know that the children cannot form two equal lines? Have a little think. Have a little go at that one, and I'll come back and tell you how to do it. Okay, so we've got children on the playground. This is how you work it out. You have to count the children. And there are 29 children in the playground. 29 children in the playground. 29, as we should know, is an odd number. We know it's an odd number because it ends in a 9. And the little cat, is it a cat or is it a fox? I think it's a cat. Yeah, it's got a collar on. Must be a cat. Remember that even numbers end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Okay? And they can divide by 2. So if it had been 28, you would have been able to divide that by 2 and you would have had 2 equal lines. But it was 29, which is not an even number, which means you can't divide it equally by 2. That was why you couldn't do that one. All right, we're going to have a go at 1B now. The children tried to form 2 equal lines. Well done for trying, guys. How many will there be in each line? And how many children will be left over? So remember how many children there were? There were 29 children, and they're going to try and form 2 equal lines. All right, so I want you to have a go at that one. How many will there be in each line? And how many children will be left over? Pause the video, have a go. Okay, so the children were forming 2 equal lines. That obviously means that we must be dividing by 2. So it was 29 divided by 2. And we learned in 1A that 29 is an odd number, so it wouldn't work equally. There was going to be someone left over. And here we go. There's 29 children, 2 lines. They need to be shared equally. We've got a part whole model here. So we've got the 29 and it's been split into the 10s and the 1s. Makes sense, good way of doing it. So we've got 20 divided by 2 equals 10. You can see that over here. That's pretty straightforward. We can do that. And then we've got 9 divided by 2. And if you look at our 1s, they've divided it between 2. And they've got 4 in each group, or 4 in each line in this case. And then 1 left over. You don't say 1 left over. You say remainder 4. That means 1 remains. It is left over. Okay? So the actual answer was the 10 and 4 remainder 1. But then you have to add these together. So we've got 10, add 4, remainder 1, which is 14, remainder 1. Okay? And you can check this quite nicely. If you do 14 times 2, you should get 28. And if you've got 28, that means you must have 1 more to get to 29. Okay, so the answer for that one, how many children were in each line? It was 14 children, and then there was 1 child left over. That's how it worked. All right, move on. Don't worry if you're not sure yet. We're going to do a few more to have a little go. Okay, so we're going to do some more together. This one says there are 38 children in a playground. Oh, that's a big class. I couldn't deal with 38 of you lot. And they need to stand in 3 lines. So we've got all the children. There's 38 of them. Line 1, line 2, and line 3. So this time, if they've got to stand in 3 lines, that means we must be dividing by 3. That makes sense. How many children will stand in each line? So we need to think, how many children will stand in each line? So many children will stand in each line. So this takes some working out. We'll do it all together. I was going to do it separately then, but I think it's going to be better if we do 1A and 1B together. So you need to know how many will stand in each line. And then for B, you're going to be thinking about how many will be left over. Okay, so we've got our part whole down here. We've got 38, and they've split that. They've partitioned it into a 30 and an 8. 10s and the 1s. Okay, so remember, there's 3 lines. So we need to find 3 groups for these that are equal. So 30 divided by 3. Think about it. I'm not going to tell you. And then 8 divided by 3. But there will be something left over. What I want you to do is have a go at both 1A and 1B now. If I were you, I would do B first. That's what I was looking at then. If you do B, it's going to help you work out the answer to A. All right? So pause the video and have a go at those. I'll come back and tell you the answers. All right, so we had 38 children that had to line up in 3 lines on the playground. First of all, we've split it into a 30 and an 8. tens and ones, and then you work it out at a bit of time. So 30 divided by 3 is going to be 10. That's dead easy. We can do that, no problem. 10, first of all. Next, 8 divided by 3. We're going to work out our ones now. 8 divided by 3. First of all, it won't work equally. It won't fit perfectly because 3 doesn't go into 8. You can't. The 8 is not in the 3 times table, I should say. All right, 8's not in the 3 times table. So you need to think about what you can do. If you're dividing it by 3, you can have, if you do your 3s, you go 3, 6, 9. Oh, well, 9's too big, so we can't do that. But we can go up to 6, and that'd be 2. 2 lots of 3 makes 6. So 8 divided by 3 is 2. Remainder 2. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. So, whoa, hang on. I'm going to say it one more time, I said. Right. 8 divided by 3 is 2 with 2 left over. So if I was able to circle these, I'd be able to go circle that one, circle there, and then I'd have 2 left over. So the answer for 8 divided by 3 is 2, remainder 2. Okay. Next thing you need to do is add these two together. So we had a 10 and a 2. So it must be 12. Remainder, that stays the same. There was 2 left over. So 12, remainder 2. So there will be 12 children in each line, and there will be 2 children left over. Okay, and that way we can go back up to A as well, and we can say 12 children will stand in each line. That should have been the other way around, really. I think Power Maths have done it the wrong way around. All right, so a little bit tricky on the remainder, possibly. It helps if you can see it as well sometimes. So if you've got any counters or cubes and things like that, I'm sure you have in school, you can use them, obviously. Let's do another one. Is it going to go? There we go. Number 2. There are 67 children in the playground. I think that's definitely more than one class. And they try to make 5 equal lines. Okay, so this time we're dividing by 5. How many children are in each line and how many are left over? So we know there's going to be some left over. They're telling us how many are going to be left over. So we've got 67. What you can do is you can split that up. Think about the best way to split that up. Remember, we are dividing by 5 this time. Okay, so have a go at that. Split that up and then try and work out bit by bit what 67 divided by 5 will be. We want to know how many children in each line and how many children are left over. Okay, if it helps, go back and look at this one here because it's the same sort of thing. So you're going to do your 10s first, then you're going to do some 1s, and there will be a remainder. And then you need to add your 2 answers together and put the remainder as well. Have a little go at that one. I'll come back and tell you how to do it. Pause the video. All right, so 67 divided by 5. Let's partition this 67 first of all. Let's split it up into our 10s and 1s. So I'm going to have 60 here, and I'm going to have 7 here like that. So first of all, 60 divided by 5. 60 divided by 5 is 12. Okay, so I've got one answer already. 60 divided by 5, 12. Next up, I'm going to do my 1s. I'm going to do 7 divided by 5. Now I know that won't work. Okay, so what the answer will be is 1, 1, 5, and then there'll be 2 left over. Okay, so in 7, there's 7, there's only 1 5. Okay, and there's 2 left over. All right, so we had 12. Now we've got 1 with 2 left over. So we need to add our two answers up. So 12 add 1 is 13 with 2 left over. So 13 in each line, 13 children in each line, and there's 2 children left over, not in a line. They might get in trouble, I don't know. And we can check that. If we do 13 times 5, we should get 65. 2 left over is 67. Okay. Hopefully that's okay. Come back and listen to it again if you are not sure, because it is a little bit tricky. All right. I think we have got one more. This is the challenge though. Challenge. If that other bit was a bit tricky and you're not confident doing the challenge, don't do the challenge. It's fine. Same for people in school. If you're not too confident and you want to have a little look at one of those again, that's fine too. All right. But we've got Mo, and he's working out 89 divided by 4. And he's saying, I don't think this divides equally. I think there will be a remainder. Okay. Is Mo correct? Explain how you know. All right. So I'll give you a clue. He is correct. But I want you to tell me how you know that. You can know that before you even do any working out. All right. So see if you can do that. And then have a go at working out the answer to Mo's question. His question was 89 divided by 4. Pause the video and have a go at the challenge. Okay, so Mo was correct. Well done, Mo, for being so clever. We know that because of what we were talking about earlier, right at the beginning. 4 is an even number. 9 isn't. So 89 isn't. So that will not work. We know that all our numbers in the 4 times table, and this is what this chap down here is saying, are going to be even numbers. So that means it can't be shared equally. 89 is not an even number because it ends in a 9. Okay, so we know that there must be something left over. Okay, that's how we know. And then the answer was, what you could do is partition it. So you've got 80 and 9. And then look how many 80 divided by 4 would be. It'd be 20. And then look how much 9 divided by 4 would be. It'd be 2 remainder 1. So the answer would be 22 remainder 1. 22 with 1 left over. Very well done if you managed to work that one out, because that is pretty well done. Let's see. If you didn't get it, do not worry. You're going to have a go now at some power maths. Brilliant. And you're going to have a go at pages 33, 34 and 35 in your power maths book. Again, there is a challenge in there. If it looks a bit tricky, don't worry about it too much. Try and have a go at the other bits though. Use any sort of counters or things that might help you if you've got them, or by drawing things out if that's the way you want to do it as well. That is fine. The important thing to remember is to divide your 10s, divide your 1s, put your answer together, and then there will be some left over. There will be a remainder. Okay. So you can have a go at that. All right. That's it from me. Thank you very much, everybody. I will see you all very soon.